Hey y'all, this is Amanda and welcome back to my Texas Zone 8A garden. And today I'm inside and we are decorating the kitchen for Christmas. Whenever I start decorating a space for the holidays, I first like to start by straightening everything up, putting away all the randomness. I do have 3 kids, 2 dogs, and my husband who all live in this small house, and we definitely are wonderful about leaving stuff everywhere. And so this is always a good opportunity to just wipe things down, clean things up, pull everything off the shelves. I'm going to be starting with the shelves in the back. And whenever I'm decorating, I really like to remove as many elements as possible from a space before I start adding anything else into it. Now recently I've noticed some gnats hanging out by the window sills, along the sill, and then along the area where the 2 separate windows meet in the middle. And so I'm not sure what's going on with that, as it's not really an issue I've had in the past. So if you have any suggestions for that, drop a comment below and let me know. Now, I actually installed and made all of these shelves myself. They're made out of plumbing elements that I spray painted kind of a hammered silver effect, and then I attached them to studs, and then I installed these 2x6s, 2x8s, and 2x10s along the entire length of the wall. I absolutely love them. They are utilized so much in my space, as my kitchen isn't massive and I do love an area to decorate. So having these shelves allows me to decorate without having stuff all over my countertops or cabinetry. So they are such a blessing and I've really enjoyed them. And I'm actually installing another set of them in my husband's office in the coming weeks. Now that I have the shelves all wiped down, I like to start with larger elements when decorating and then layer in the smaller one. These cute baskets came from Aldi's a couple of years ago and they're really great for storage. I actually use them to store all of our cloth napkins, as we utilize cloth napkins more than paper napkins. And so just coming along this shelf and placing the baskets and then the woven placemats, some chargers and the plant, it just really fills in the space very quickly. One of my favorite decorating hacks for the holidays is filling my favorite bowls and vessels with vintage ornaments. And I've collected vintage ornaments for years. And it's amazing what a difference just popping these into some pretty bowls and containers and then placing them on the shelves. They bring such a brightness and lightness. And then they're so easy to pack away at the end of the season. Now, when I'm decorating the kitchen area, I love to decorate for my children. And so you can see the cute "Merry Christmas, you filthy animal" sign. That's a quote from Home Alone, and that is one of their favorite movies. And so when I'm decorating this space, this is where they have all of their meals. This is where they do their homework and play puzzles and games. And so I like to make sure I don't get too formal in this space. I like to have some fun elements that they can point out and enjoy. And so having the sign and then a couple of other elements you're going to see along the way are really important to make this space kid-friendly and something that they can laugh at and enjoy throughout the holiday season. Now, I do have a small home with lots of people in it, so incorporating practical elements that we utilize on an everyday basis is very important within my decorating. So you can see some compotes here filled with apples, which my husband takes to work every day, and my glass dome holding all the muffins that my middle son just loves, coffee cups, plates, any elements that we utilize quite frequently. I love to have up here on the shelves so they're easy to grab, and then I can utilize them as structure for my decorating and then just add some additional holiday elements, kind of overlaying on top of the practical elements. Now, don't be afraid to shift things around as you're decorating, just like it is in the garden. Nothing's permanent, so you can move things around, remove elements, play it, in a way that feels good, but then pull it all down and look at it in a different direction. And that's totally fine. And I encourage you to just have fun and be free about moving things around and making adjustments along the way. Now, you might have noticed several metal accents throughout these shelves, and that is to tie into some of the decor that I'm doing in the living room space. So here you see a picture that I have filled with just some loose greenery. And then over here, I decided to repurpose this wreath. This wreath was actually on my front door for the spring and summer. It's a faux boxwood greenery wreath. And I thought, you know what? I know it's not Christmas, but if I add a Christmas bow, that should work. And I really like the look of it once I got it hung up. I did utilize a tack on the shelves to kind of hold the ribbon in place, and I think it turned out really well. Y'all drop a comment below and let me know what you think. Now, my father made this a beautiful tabletop for my family a couple years ago, and it is a treasure. And so I don't like to put a ton of stuff on here, but I did put the amaryllis that I recently potted up, and they're doing beautifully. If you didn't watch that video, make sure you go check it out. This was a cheap way to do amaryllis and paper whites this year. Would you believe that I got this antique dough bowl off of Facebook Marketplace? I love it. And my kids helped me fill it with fake snowballs, which they love to have snowball fights in the house. They're really soft and plush, and so they get thrown around the house, but they don't break things. And so this is one of those elements that I wanted right there, easy access for the kids, so they could pick up and make any kind of holiday memories they wanted at any moment in time. Now, this corner was feeling a little bit dark, so I grabbed this white woven basket and put this dragon wings begonia inside it just to lighten it up a little bit. And then I added a stem of faux red berries just to make sure it wasn't too dark over here and to make sure the plant had a little bit of a Christmas touch. Now, don't be fooled by this kitchen right here. It looks like it's not that messy, y'all. I cleaned it up a little bit before I started this video. We usually have stuff all over the kitchen island, everywhere. And so whenever I have the opportunity to clean it all off, I jump at it because it is definitely a storage spot for all of us. So I'm just taking the opportunity to wipe it all down, make sure everything is nice and clean before I start in the kitchen portion. Now, I don't love a lot of things on my countertops. I prefer to keep it pretty simple, and the reasoning for that is because we throw all of our junk all over the place anyway in the kitchen. So adding in additional holiday decor on top of our, regular cluttered countertops is just a little bit too much. But I'm just giving everything a nice, clean down, wipe down with my favorite basil scented cleaners. So I'm starting with this silver tray that was picked up from a garage sale, and then I'm adding in some elements that I absolutely love to it because this is an area that I really just want to collect a few things that bring me joy. So this is a container of paper whites that are growing and they're doing beautifully. And then I added a few elements of string and ribbon, and this is string and ribbon that I like to utilize as well. So I'll cut from this and wrap up arrangements, flower arrangements, whatever it is I'm working with. And then these are a couple of family heirloom baby cups. right, thanks so much for joining me today as I decked out the kitchen area for Christmas. Next up is the living room and the Christmas tree. As always, she's a mad gardener or decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.